What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the preview of the Champions League match day 6 of the group stage game between RB Leipzig and Manchester City, Tuesday 7th of December 2021, with a 5:45 PM GMT kickoff time. A Europa League spot is on the line for RB Leipzig here. Man City will have a full rotation in mind. You would think it's going to be played behind closed doors at the Red Bull Arena in Germany. It's RB Leipzig against Manchester City, and like I said, Champions League group stage done and dusted. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We've got plenty more football and Manchester City videos for you to look forward to. I'm aiming for 22,000 subscribers now, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email, that's also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. Once more, aiming for 100 likes, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Without further ado though, let's crack on with this video. Let's talk about our opponents first, RB Leipzig. The equation, it's pretty simple. They need to match whatever Bruges do in Paris to qualify for the Europa League, as they've got a better head-to-head than them. Now, both PSG and Manchester City, they will have rotated squads in place for their two games. They've cemented second place and first place respectively. I do sense that Leipzig will go full strength here with a point to prove. Now, RB Leipzig currently sitting in 11th place in the Bundesliga. Their manager, Jesse Marsch, he has been sacked, so their assistant manager, Achim Beierlorzer, I hope Beierlorzer, I hope I said his name right anyway. He's going to be in charge for this game. The board have said that Leipzig, they're a Champions League team. They're a top 4 German side. They're underachieving and they aren't happy. That immediately puts pressure onto the players, onto the new man that's come in, who was the assistant under the old manager. And they need to perform, so they need to bank on matching whatever they do against Bruges. It's pretty simple for them. RB Leipzig win this game, they're into the Europa League. Bruges, they can be a bit of a funny side. They can be poor at times, then they can be brilliant at others. You never know which one's going to turn up there, but for RB Leipzig, I imagine all the focus will be very simple onto this game and winning this game against Manchester City. Now, looking at their form, they've lost their last game against Union Berlin away from home. That was by 2-1. They lost their last home game as well, 3-1. That was to Bayer Leverkusen. They've only won one game in the last 4, which is why the manager has been sacked, finding themselves lingering in the bottom half of the Bundesliga table. They're not happy. They're out of the Champions League. And they've got work to do here to make sure that they stay in Europe. Now, they did win their last Champions League game, an away match in Belgium, by 5-0. That gives them a better head-to-head than Bruges going into this game, which is why it's now in RB Leipzig's hands and no longer in Club Bruges' hands as to who will get the last Europa League spot, which is third place, which is what is on the line for them. Now, their team, Nkunku, a dead danger man for me. Definitely who City need to be making sure they're keeping quiet. We know Manchester City have declared their interest in him already. He bagged a hat-trick at the Etihad against us when we beat them by 6-3 back at the Etihad back in September, and definitely one for us to look out for here. We need to make sure that we're keeping him quiet, but I will admit I am excited to see him once more. Andre Silva, once linked with Manchester City in the summer, he may well lead their line. Mukiele and Klostermann may well start at the back for them as their right back and their right-sided centre-back respectively. Gulaski, he may well start in goal, although Martinez did start against Bruges last time out and he managed to keep a clean sheet, so we'll wait to see who gets the nod in goal. Benjamin Heinrich, he's been featuring on the bench for the last few games for Leipzig. He could well feature, and I am excited to see former Manchester City man Angelino once more. I'm always excited to see Angelino play. I rate him. It's a shame, but it just never worked out for him at Manchester City, unfortunately there. But definitely lots there to keep Manchester City occupied, and we need to make sure we're playing a very good game if we are to come out from Germany with a result. Now, for Manchester City, 7 wins in a row in all competitions, looking to make it 8 and keep this momentum going, which is very important when it comes about trying to gather up wins when you're playing in lots of different competitions. No matter what squad you're putting out there, you want it to be competitive, you want to win the game. game. That's the mentality that Pep Guardiola has. That's the mentality that the Manchester City squad will have as well. And City will want to win this game to keep that momentum going. There's no better preparation for our weekend's game against Wolves than winning this game in Germany, because it not only challenges other first-team players for their positions in the squad, but it also keeps the morale up and it keeps the momentum going for Manchester City. It's not ideal prep for us to be losing this game, and losing this game comfortably as well would not be great prep for us going into that match against Wolves. But this is an ideal game for Manchester City because it allows us to rest some of our key players. Ederson, Cancelo, Dias, Rodri, Bernardo Silva. They haven't really had that many opportunities to rest these players, so they do have an opportunity here to rest some of these players, and it puts us in a really unfamiliar position where it's you know what I mean? There's nothing riding on this game for Manchester City. It's just a free hit. You don't get many of them in a season, so this is great, a great opportunity for City to be resting some players, and I fully expect Manchester City to be doing that. Now, some of the players that have been out for the last 2 or 3 weeks, 3 weeks that have just started to come back, I am expecting some of them, if not all of them, to be featuring in this game to allow them to get their match sharpness up, ready for the coming busy December schedule that we have got, and the January schedule, of course, as well, as we do go into preparation for our game against Wolves. And also, it's a free hit game. You don't get many of these in the season. The next time we get a free hit game that has no meaning and no pressure on Manchester City probably won't come until the end of the season, depending on how the season is going for Manchester City. So take full advantage of that. Rest all the key players, in my opinion. Trial some new players in new positions. Trial some youngsters out there. See how they do. That's what I'm hoping for Manchester City. The big question has to be which youngsters will be featuring for Manchester City in this game. We know that Ferran Torres is out. He's the only player that's going to be missing. Gabriel Jesus, he did pick up a little knock at the end of the Watford game. I'm wondering if he will go in this game or whether it might be somebody else, and it's interesting to see just what youngsters will be starting in this game and which may be on the bench and come off the bench as well. Any senior player that's on the bench, I don't want to see them come off the bench and onto the field. This is a game where I'll be very cross if we end up picking up an injury to a first team player here when it's just not needed at all. Now, in terms of Manchester City's form, like I said, 7 wins in a row. It's seen us move back to first place in the Premier League, playing some lovely stuff, proper Pep ball. It's good to see. Our last 2 games, we've flown out the blocks. We've scored twice in the first half against Aston Villa away and against Watford away. We've won them games 2-1 and 3-1 respectively. RB Leipzig play some open football as well. I'm expecting them to be passing the ball around just like Manchester City, so I'm expecting there to be a lot of space here for both teams. So it's all about which team's clinical, and I'm anticipating this being a pretty end-to-end, both teams to score, entertaining game, which should make it very exciting, not just for City fans, but also for neutrals as well. It's RB Leipzig here that are under pressure to try and keep hold of themselves in Europe. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I'm going for Zack Steffen in goal. Kyle Walker needs to be given a rest. Cancelo needs to be given a rest. So I'm going for John Stones at right back, because we haven't really got too many other options. I'm going for Lukas Mbete to be starting alongside Nathan Ake at the back, and I'm going for Wilson-Esbrand to be starting for Manchester City at left back. Now, if Gabriel Jesus is fit to go and he's over his knock, I would be quite tempted to start him as part of Manchester City's attacking front three, and if that is the case, I'd like to see Zinchenko going at left back. Unfortunately, that does mean Wilson-Esbrand drops to the bench, but I've got no problem with Wilson-Esbrand starting in this game. If he does, I'm very excited to see what he can do. I'm going for Fernandinho as our holding midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne to get 90 minutes under his belt for this game, and I'm going for him to play alongside Cole Palmer. Always excited to see Cole Palmer starting for Manchester City. I am going for Mahrez because he didn't start in the last game, and Jack Grealish to be started. I feel like Grealish needs a bit of form here, so I'd start him. I'm going for Zinchenko to be leading our line rather than Phil Foden, but we'd have to wait and see. Now, other players that could well be on the bench for Manchester City, players like Romeo Lavia, James McAtee, Oscar Bob. We could well see Keiki even feature here for Manchester City as well. We will get a better understanding of which youngsters will be involved in this game between Leipzig and Manchester City once we know the teams that have been announced for the EDS game, where our youth team will take on RB Leipzig's youth team before the game on Tuesday. And before anyone does ask, yes, Liam Delap, he's injured once more and will not be featuring in this game. Now, I do think this will be an entertaining game. I'm not sure if Manchester City will win this game. We've not got the competitiveness there, and because that's not there, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure how this game would go. My head's just telling me that City could play a really good game here, and a 2-2, maybe even a 3-2 Leipzig, something like that. But my heart's telling me City always coming out on top. We can sneak this one by 3-2. I'm positive. I'm going with my heart, and I'm going for a 3-2 win to Manchester City. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we did end up losing this game. It could even be a 3-2 or 4-2 to Leipzig. We'd have to wait and see. Now, betting tips. I'm going for both teams to score. I'm 100% certain on this. Both teams to score. Neither team are that great at defending, so I'm going for both teams to score. If you're going to be placing bets on individuals, do wait for the teams to be announced. But in terms of individuals, I'm going for Nkunku to be scoring any time for RB Leipzig. And if Grealish starts, he's got a point to prove. I'm going for him to grab a goal. And if De Bruyne is starting as well, I'm going to go for him to bag a goal. He likes playing in Germany. He's had success there before. So they're my betting tips for this game. But let's go. Last Champions League group stage match. From here, it's the last 16 draw. Then it's into the knockouts for February and March, where things start to get really, really interesting. Now, there won't be a watch long, unfortunately. It just isn't doable for this game in midweek due to other commitments. I will, though, have a review up after the game, so I will see you guys all for that one. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Which youngsters would you like to see Manchester City start with in this game? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We're now on that big push towards 22k subscribers, so any help towards that would be fantastic. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below, so if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business enquiries. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow for the review after the game for this Champions League game between RB Leipzig and Manchester City, which, if you're watching in the United Kingdom, is live on BT Sport. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.